So in this 1v1 between Mered4 and Jonasmod, you've got 8 minutes before these planets collide. That is the maximum time. So in round 6 of the Super Swiss tournament, you've got to get your skates on. And it appears as though both players have spawned on this planet here, and oh my giddy goodness gracious me, that's a lot of green stuff. That's a lot of metal points. That's a lot of stuff happening now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this open here a little bit further away so we can see when the moons are getting a little bit too close for comfort with regards to collisions there. So over here in red we have Mered with the Shadow Demon Commander, as ominous as he looks there. Getting up a radar as well from his bot factory early on. Good idea, so he knows where Jonasmod is going to be. Now the reason I chose this game is because recently I heard that Jonasmod has been doing a lot of surprise winnings, taking out people like Headcrab, all of these sort of things, and already have 8-minute collision. Oh, you're joking. Right, let me tell them in TeamSpeak really quick. That is, if I can get a hold of them in TeamSpeak. Sorry about the wait folks, 8-min collision. And now for the realm one. I will do that really quickly because we want to make sure these players are aware. 8-min collision. Cool. So
disconnected.
now we can actually get to casting the game. Apologies for that, folks. So, looking around the place, let's see what's happened with Jonas in blue. Really interrupted there by Total Annihilation. But yes, I chose Jonas and Mered because Mered's a pretty strong player, and Jonas has been taking out a lot of the good ones, like Ugali, I believe, and Headcrab, among others. And he's moving in with a really aggressive force of docks here. He's going to get off a really lucky kill of this Faber here, if he's really lucky. Meanwhile, that is Mered, rather. Is going to do that. Of course, I got the colours mixed up. That's just typical me, isn't it? Keep your eye out in the bottom right, of course, for the timer. The 8 minutes is the collision. And, they can either get off world or, well, hopefully win the game before the 8-minute mark. We'll just have to see what happens. Bombers coming out from Mered as well, so taking out these really pesky raiding docks from Jonas, who's got a really interesting strat going on where he's just sending docks everywhere, just keeping Mered on his toes. However, Mered has got the tanks now coming out, and he's also got docks of his own, but they are more clumped up. And as soon as Mered cottons on to the fact that Jonas is just sending 1 or 2 docks here, there and everywhere, he's just going to put up a couple of PD. At least that's what I would do. PD, of course, referring to point defence. And only single turret is required to kill off docks rather efficiently, and Jonas here is going to do a really good job of defending himself. Lots of docks there to take the win, and both players, of course, have got the radar, so they can both see something going on. Going over to Mered's vision there, he can see stuff going on as well. So this force from Jonas here isn't going to take out the air fabricator just yet. I think he tried to chase it, and he's sending in another group of docks over here to desperately try and get down the air fabricator. Okay, so Total Annihilation there in the Twitch chat saying it's about escaping and then an orbital war on the gas giant, because that's going to be fun to watch. I mean, I must admit I haven't seen a full orbital war on a gas giant before. But it's not as interesting as docks and tanks on a metal-infested moon. Meanwhile, of course, Jonas now moving out with a few tanks and docks as well. A few bumblebees sitting around the place from Mered. He could be using those to do perhaps a little bit of Fabra sniping there, as those two in the northwest managed to go off on their own to go expanding. I mean, look at the army tab there, 37 to 42, 7 to 6. So it's all to play for still, really, except Jonas actually has fabricators, Mered does not. It's probably because his air fabricators were taken down. He has a couple of idle factories as well, not particularly ideal. He needs to be putting that to good use. I'm not sure whether that's deliberate or whether that's a mistake. There come the Fabbers now, good moves. Really good bombing run there, taking out a lot of docks. In one fell swoop, actually, and he's going to take out the second one as well. You don't want to lose the well, Not sure what that bumblebee's doing. Is he just showing off now, or I don't know. I think he's one of the red arrows, just sort of ever missing the target that you think they're going to hit. For those who are not aware of the red arrows, they're basically sort of stunt planes in the place. So Doc's moving in there, getting a good bit of rating on Mered's expansions there, just keeping him at bay, 85 to 92. These players are going to need to start working on orbital as we move into minute 6 here now, and you can see there in the picture-in-picture the second moon has just encroached. Time is of the essence as these two players desperately struggle to bite at each other's throats and desperately gnawing at each other's heels as well, but they need to get up into the orbital war as we're now 6 minutes and 17, 18 and counting. They don't want to be left behind because, of course, if you get annihilated, it all depends on which side of the planet gets blotted first, I believe. Otherwise, it's just going to end up in a stalemate. Jonas there taking the initiative, getting out an orbital factory. He's winning this orbital race so far, and Mered, I don't think, has realised exactly what's happening. Has he queued one up? Yes, he has. He needs to get there quickly. He needs to get his commander on that, and all of those fabricators down there on that as well. This is crucial. The fabricators need to move as we move into minute 7 here. He's going to have 60 seconds to build the orbital launcher and Astraeus and get off this planet, and currently he is stalling his economy. He needs to get his commander onto this, otherwise it's not going to go up anywhere near time. He's paused all of his factories to get this up in time, so let's have a look at what the other orbital factory is doing. It is finished. Out comes the Astraeus, getting his commander off well. Let's zoom in there in the picture-in-picture, keeping an eye on what's happening. Come on, Mered. Get that orbital launcher up and running. You know you want to. You know you need to. There we go, the yellow wipe has begun with 30 seconds remaining. This is going to be one of the closest calls I think I have seen with regards to commanders escaping a planet smash. Let's go down into dynamic camera here as we see the moon right on the horizon there. As it moves in, we'll keep an eye out on it from this sort of an angle. This is going to be painful as Jonas sweeps away, the moon coming in, trying desperately to get the Astraeus. I don't think it's going to happen in time. The moon is right there, and unfortunately Mered is taken down in a colossal explosion that shook the system. Oh my goodness. Well, Jonas takes the win.
I think Blue knows something's up. They're moving their commanders. I don't know where. Bunch up even more, maybe?
I don't know. I think they're just sort of discussing, you know, good game, guys. Let's shake hands and go out in style.
Apparently the water cooler is right there.
Yes. Or, of course, the latest episode of a really good television. Oh my goodness me, and a nuke goes off from Blue. This could actually harm these Haleys and take them out mid-flight as it approaches them. Oh. Could this send this planet sitting a duck? The nuke enters the moon. Is it going to hit directly on the Haleys?
In time. Is it going to hit in time?
Unfortunately, it's going to be incredibly close as the moon approaches the metal planet. No, it doesn't. Blue is out of the game.
Goodbye.